Hello, collective. I hope you're doing well this evening. Let's get a check in with the energies. Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? We've got Queen of Wands on the upright. So we've got somebody who's confident and determined and joyful, very independent and courageous. And the challenge is Two of Cups on the upright. Unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, and connection. In the subconscious, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So in the subconscious, there's bad luck, a negative phase in the recent past, got the Star in the upright, so good omens. There's fortune, intentions, expectations, Ace of Swords in the upright. Near future, Ace of Cups reversed. Emotional loss, blocked creativity, the lens they're looking through, is the Seven of Cups in the upright. So there's opportunities, but there's also illusion, lots of choices, which could bring confusion in the environment. We have the Hermit, shining a light on things, seeking the truth, hopes and fears. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, so there's a lost opportunity, bad investment, and the outcome is the Ten of Cups reversed, so shattered dreams. And then we've got the Queen of Cups reversed. So, codependency, insecurity, selfishness. So, okay, we got a courageous, determined woman in the central energy who is saying everything comes in divine timing. She lets things flow. She's challenged, or her challenge is a mutual attraction. Like, maybe, I don't know why that would be a challenge, but that's her challenge, is a unified love. Spy. Someone's got their eye on you. You are doing your research. She's challenged by a partnership and a proposal which she sees as a spy, like a love offer coming forward that is questionable. In her subconscious, she may think that that relationship would bring her bad luck in a negative phase. So she's thinking about this commitment, and we got expect to hear from them soon. They'll be back, but it's in reverse, so they're not coming back. So in the recent past, there's the Star, who is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The intentions for this Star are fortune, rejuvenation, renewal, mental clarity, new ideas, travel. In the near future, though, we have Ace of Cups reversed, so there's an emotional loss. Date night. Get ready to be wined and dined, but it came out in the reverse, so so emotional loss, it could be that there was a date or some sort of a date that didn't go through. There's an emotional loss here. So date night didn't happen. There's an emotional loss for somebody. There's lots of opportunities and choices. Could be an illusion. Someone too full of themselves, a narcissist. So this came out in the reverse. So somebody is not a narcissist. The Hermit is soul searching, shining a light on truth, meditating, introspection. Pregnancy, someone is expecting, but it came out in the reverse, so no one is pregnant or no one's expecting anything. There's a lost opportunity, a missed chance, a bad investment. Somebody has to let go. There's shattered dreams, domestic disharmony, and struggling relationships. And intimacy. So the intimate relationships are struggling and are in disharmony. They're reminiscing sexual chemistry. They're reminiscing about their sexual chemistry, but their dreams are shattered. Could be they didn't use caution. So we have a Queen of Wands who is saying, everything in divine timing. She's very patient. She's very independent. She's very confident. She's courageous. She's focused. She's got a zest for life. She's determined to go out there and live life with as much joy as she can. And she's very patient. Could be there's a wealthy man who is in the picture somehow. She's challenged by a Two of Cups in the upright. She's challenged by a partnership. She's challenged by a proposal. She could feel that he's a spy. And he very well may be. And he very well may be a mature man. In her subconscious, she's thinking this is bad luck. She's resistant to this commitment. She doesn't want to make this commitment. But it looks like this is like, they're not coming back. Like this is an offer, and they're not coming back. In the recent past, we got the Star, who is a fire sign, in renewal and rejuvenation. She's not seen as a privileged lady, but she is the Star. There's mental clarity, new ideas, and there could be potential traveling soon. And there could be sudden wealth and a courtship. For somebody. In the near future, there's an emotional loss. Date night, it gets turned upside down. Date night gets turned upside down. This wealthy man. Well, pull some cards. Date night gets turned upside down. There's an emotional loss. So this is the intention. This is what it looks like this wealthy man wants to bring, and they want to block a marriage. They want to cause an emotional. Yeah, they want a courtship with this Queen of Wands because they want to attach themselves to her sudden wealth. They want to get a contract through a courtship with this Queen of Wands so that they can stop a marriage from happening. And then in the near future, they would not show up for date night. And they would completely leave her out in the cold, completely lonely, without anybody. That's their intention, is to get her to make a commitment, but it's a bad luck commitment. Bad luck. There's an illusion here. So they're pretending that they're not a narcissist. This is them pretending that they're not a narcissist. They see that there's opportunities here. They want to come in and attach themselves to this Queen of Wands so that they can attach themselves to her sudden wealth. Interject themselves into this, get this courtship so that they can stop her. She's got a divine contract coming up, and they want to interject themselves in this. They want to become her lover. But they're a closet narcissist. So there's a hermit shining light on this. They want to stop this. They want to stop this mature woman's new beginning. They want to stop her from working. There's a lost opportunity, a missed chance, bad investment. Somebody has to let something go to make room for the new beginning. Somebody who's not the main male has to let something go to make room for a new beginning. And there's shattered dreams and reminiscing about intimacy. So somebody's reminiscing about intimacy. They could be, their dreams are shattered, and they say, hey, you remember those times when we were living like high on the hog and we had all this sexual chemistry? They could be going down memory lane, or maybe this is what they're expecting for themselves. Maybe they think that if they shatter the dreams of this Queen of Wands, that they will gain high honor and some form of intimacy with a main female. All right, Queen of Wands is giving it time. We got a wealthy man here, but she's giving it time. It could be that he's here trying to get connected to her. He's trying to hook up with her, and she's given it time. She's like, all things in due time, all things in divine time. But he's on her. Yeah, he wants to make sure that she's not abundant. He wants to put her in a state of grief. He wants to make her forget that she ever had abundance. They're coming in, offering a proposal of marriage, this mature man, but he's a spy. He could be working or contracted with this wealthy man. He has zero patience. He wants to try to force this matter. He wants this commitment. Because he believes it'll bring him freedom. He believes that if he sticks her in a cycle of bad luck and in a complete negative phase without abundance, in a state of grief, that he will be free and he will get this abundance. So she's a star. She's not seen as a privileged lady. She's a fire sign. And somebody's not releasing they're not surrendering their need to control her. Somebody is not willing to surrender their need to control her. I believe this is this Queen of Wands. She's not seen as a privileged lady, but she's a star. She's a fire sign. She's patient. Somebody wants to control her big time. They're not willing to stop coming after her. There is like travel they're intending to go travel, to get a courtship, to gain sudden wealth. They want to bring a new conflict. They want to bring a conflict to this feminine through a courtship. They want to interject themselves into her life path because she's got sudden wealth coming in her future. So they want to come in and inject themselves into her life path through this courtship. They want to be her lover so that they can, energetically court to her and have this contract, this spiritual contract, so that they can stop her upcoming marriage. So she needs to trust her inner guidance, her inner voice. They're coming. They want to interrupt this marriage. They want to get this courtship, but there's they want a courtship. They want to inject themselves into her life path, into her destiny. She's the star. She's not seen as a privileged lady, but she is a privileged lady. Nobody recognizes her as such. She's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. somebody refuses to surrender their need to control her. So they want to have a courtship with her, but that courtship is only so that they can stop date night, so that they can stop this upcoming marriage. They want to make sure that she has this emotional loss, this emptiness. They're not honest, and they're very disciplined about not being honest. So they're trying to spin an illusion, and they're pretending that they're not a narcissist, but they want because they want to be her lover. They want to connect to all her chakras and her, emotions, her mind. They're going to fail. You got the Hermit shining light on stuff. She could potentially be following her inner guidance. There is no new beginning here for this mature woman. They're not going to get a new beginning with this mature woman. She's not going to work for them. She's not going to work for them. They're not able to capture her through some sort of spiritual contract. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And it's in the reverse. So they're denying, they're in complete denial that there is no new beginning. There's no new beginning with this mature woman. She's not going to work for them. They're in denial. And their self-esteem is suffering because they need her in order to affect others. They need her energy. They need her star energy. They need her divine contract. They need her abundance. They need a contract with her. They need to control her and make her work for them, because that's the only way that they can affect others. And that's their goal, is to have this power position. But they have to have her. They need her in a state of grief. They need to mess up her emotional status so that they can come in and latch onto her abundance and her energy and her contract, and then utilize it for their own needs to affect others. So somebody's losing an opportunity, they miss their chance, they have to let it go. And this person is not the main male. He's not the main male. He lost his opportunity. He's not accepting responsibility for his own well-being. He thinks all of this is funny. He's starting to worry a little bit. He's starting to know that there's no greater goal than to love. But it's kind of late, because he's going to be experiencing an ending, a death. He lost his opportunity. He has to let go. So in the outcome, we have shattered dreams, domestic disharmony, struggling relationships, and intimacy, reminiscing about intimacy, sexual chemistry, and somebody is here of high honor. And somebody is here of high honor affecting a change. Restoring balance. All right, so we got Queen of Wands, courageous, confident. She's full of joy. She's very determined. And we've got this wealthy man here who's giving it some time. He wants to take this woman's abundance. He wants to put her in a state of grief. He wants to lower her vibration so that he can tap into her abundance. He doesn't want her to protest. She's challenged by a mutual attraction. She could actually be attracted to this person. But he's a spy. And he doesn't believe that everything happens in divine order. He believes that you make something happen. So she's challenged by this mature man who is also a wealthy man, and she's also attracted to him, but he's a spy, and he's here to put her in grief and to knock her off of her abundant path. He wants to put her in a position where she can't even protest. He wants her to sign a contract with him so that he then owns her, possesses her, and she can't even object. She won't be able. He wants to get her into a position where she won't even be able to protest what it is that he does. He wants to bind her through this marriage contract. And it's going to bring bad luck. She won't have any control. It'll be a negative phase. This commitment is going to bring nothing but a negative phase. And they may leave and they may not come back. They may just want your commitment and then go off and get their freedom. Wearing your energy, wearing your star energy, wearing your privileged energy, spending your sudden wealth. Somebody is going to live and learn. They could be in training. They could be developing something. And there's an illness here. So he's not going to be able to cause an illness for her. So she's the star energy. Nobody recognizes her as a privileged lady, and he doesn't want anybody to recognize her as a privileged lady. She's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. He refuses to give up his desire to control her. He's working a strategy here. He wants to stop her awakening. He wants to get her bound up in this contract so that he can control what she does, so that he can monitor her and give her permissions and take permissions away from her. He wants her to withdraw from the things that she's currently doing. The intention is to bring a new conflict or to cut something out of her life. And it looks like he wants to cut her ability to trust her inner voice. He wants to take her traveling, or he wants to go traveling. He wants to come and court her because he knows that she's a privileged lady in hiding. She's a Queen of Wands who's got joyful and confident and courageous. She's also the star. She's a fire sign. She's got a zest for life. She trusts her inner voice. Yeah, he wants to come and mess that all up for her so that he can latch on to that sudden wealth, that divine contract, and control her energy and her output. He's not going to show up for date night. You know, he may not even show up for the wedding. He wants to leave. He's not honest. He's very disciplined in his trickery. He wants to hook up an emotional loss and block her creativity. He wants to leave her empty. Yeah, he wants to cause an accident so that he doesn't suffer a loss. He wants to come in, hook up with her, get connected to this divine contract, and then cause an accident for her so that he doesn't suffer a loss. See, if he causes an accident, if he's already hooked up to her in this courtship, if he's spiritually bound to her, then he gets the sudden wealth. He doesn't actually have to get married or show up for date night if he's spiritually bound to her. You women, I hope, are paying attention to your dreams and not just, getting all bedazzled by some spirit man who comes in and pretends to be your long lost mate. Okay? Because he's not your sweetheart. He wants your he wants your destiny. He wants you sick. He wants you in an accident. He wants you to experience loss. He's got you under an illusion, or he's attempting to. He's filling you up with this wishful thinking, all of these choices. Oh, it's so outlandish. Like he's bringing this huge story of, all this. But he's a closet narcissist. But it looks like he's failing. He's going to fail to make this person his lover. Ooh, it could be he fails to bring a death for her. He's trying to bring a death for her. He wants to end her so that he can latch onto this abundance. He wants to take it from her. That's his whole entire plan. That's all this courtship and this marriage is all about. It's about causing an ending for her and stepping in to take over on this destiny, this divine inheritance that she's receiving. So there's a light being shown on this. He doesn't get the new beginning with her. There's no pregnancy. There's no new beginning. They don't build anything together. This mature woman is not going to work for him. He's in denial, and his self-esteem took a hit. Could be that his friends bailed on him. So there's a lost opportunity. Somebody made a bad investment. They have to let go. They're not the main male. They refuse to accept responsibility for their own actions. They think it's funny. What they do to people, they think it's funny. They don't know that there is no greater goal than to love and to be loved. They're starting to be worried now because death is on the horizon and they're not having sweet dreams. So there's shattered dreams, broken family, domestic disharmony, disconnection, struggling relationships. They're reminiscing about sexual chemistry. They're thinking about, that's all they think about is, and they want to be of high honor, but there's a change. They want to be seen as a person of high honor, but there's a change. They're going to be homeless. And this Queen of Wands, this star, this privileged lady who nobody wanted to hurt, nobody wanted, they don't want anybody to see her as a privileged lady, but she is. She's also a mature woman. She's a fire sign, and she's very calm. This fire sign has been through a lot, and she's very courageous and confident, and she's determined, and she's able to control her emotional state. She's not going to get all whacked out in a state of grief and panic, because this person's going to come in and cause an accident for her. um, she's not unstable. He wants her to be unstable. He wants to make her unstable. He wants to bind her in this contract and then make her unstable and cause an accident and take her out, so that he is already bound into this sudden wealth that she's coming into. So, Divine Femme, I hope this helps you. I mean, he fails to bring about a death. He fails to become your lover. There is no new beginning. You're a mature woman who's not going to work for him. His friends all left him. He lost his opportunity. He has to let go. He's not having sweet dreams. He's worried because death is coming, and he's got shattered dreams, and he's going to be homeless, and it could be that um, this Queen of Wands, she's a person of high honor, and it could be that through this whole scenario, it's her high honor that is affecting this change somehow. We should pull another. Let's pull another. Yeah. I'd like to get a little more information about the outcome. I'd like to know what that high honor is, and get a little more clarification about that. So we've got a Queen of Wands here who's courageous. She's confident. She's independent. She's determined, and she's full of joy. She's got a zest for life. We got a wealthy man who did something, possibly a little spell or whatever. He wants to attach himself to the abundance of this Queen of Wands. He wants to take it from her. And he wants to put her in a state of grief so that she cannot even protest. And he's not taking it slowly. It could be that he's in a hurry, like maybe there's time constraints at this point. He's a mature man. He wants to offer a unified love. Yeah, he's coming in hot and heavy. He wants this marriage. He doesn't have any patience. He's like, oh heck, I don't accept the fact that everything happens in divine order. I want it to happen now. So he wants it to happen now. He wants her to marry him now. He's like, no time to think about it. Let's just do it. Let's get married. But he's a spy. It could be that this mature man that wants to rush her into marriage is working for this wealthy man. Yeah, he wants an engagement. He wants an engagement. He wants a marriage. And he's being very impatient about it. He's pushing her. He's pushing her hard. And she's challenged by that. What comes with this commitment is bad luck. And you're going to have to live and learn if you go this route. You'll develop a lot. But they're going to disappear, okay? Because it's this connection that gains them their freedom. They're in a bad state right now. They need this Queen of Wands in order to gain their freedom. They could be trapped somehow, like what they do for a living, how they gain their wealth, how they manipulate people and their emotions and use them. He could have received a sentence which bound him. And the only way that he can get unbound is to bind himself to a divine feminine who has a divine contract, who is a star, who has this divine abundance coming in. The only way he can, if he marries her, if he gets a contract with her, then that's the only way that he can get out of his predicament and free himself. But he's intending to cause her an illness. He's not saying it, but he wants to hook up with her, get his freedom, and then cause her an illness. He's not taking the high road at all. He's like not taking the high road at all. This is about his freedom, and he's going to get right in there with that star, that privileged lady, that fire sign, and he's not willing to surrender his need to control her at all. He's got a strategy. He's going to get her hooked on something, and then he's going to cause her to go with withdrawals. She's going to go through this awakening. She's going to be like, whoa, what the heck? Yeah, he's not taking the high road. He's low balling it. Low down, dirty, cheap. He wants his courtship. He wants that sudden wealth. He wants to get in there and he wants to cut her out. He wants to make her so that she can't trust her inner voice. And then he wants to cause an accident for her so that she suffers this loss. And by doing that, he's already attached himself to her sudden wealth. And then spiritually, because he can get a spiritual marriage here, right? Through that courtship. He can bind himself to her through this courtship. Spirit in the spirit. And if he does that, and then he causes her to have an accident in the physical, then he never has to show up for date night. He never has to get married. He never has to become her sweetheart. He's already bound to her in the spirit. And he's got her wealth. He wants to put her in a state of fear. It could be that he's hiding the fact that he really prefers same-sex relationships. He's intending to cause this huge emotional loss for her. He's not honest. He's very disciplined in his deception. Left on read, so he's very deceptive. He's hiding information. There's choices, there's illusion, there's lots of opportunities in wishful thinking. It could be that he's trying to get her into a state of daydreaming. He's hiding the fact that he's a narcissist. He could be love bombing her and giving her, saying all the right things. But he secretly wants to bring about an ending for her. He wants to be her lover so that he can bring about an ending for her. But he's going to fail. And he's not learning from his mistakes. There's going to be a divorce. It could be a spiritual divorce. Like if he binds her in the spirit, then this could be a spiritual divorce. If he comes up on her in the dream state and somehow gets her to give him her energy or her agreement or approval for something, then that could affect life in the 3D. We really have to be aware of our dreams. Very insistent that we don't agree to things. I mean, before going to bed, say, hey, I'm not going to agree to any contracts in the spirit. People are going to have to come to me and fully conscious, fully aware, and set it here in front of me. So people take advantage of others in the dream state. So they have to move on. They're denied a new start with this. They're denied a beginning or a new start with this mature woman. She's not going to work from them. Their friends are his friends are all bailing on him. His self-esteem is taking a hit. He doesn't use his gifts to help others. So they lost their opportunity. They're not having sweet dreams. They have to let it go. They're not the main male. They refuse to accept blame for their actions. They think it's funny what they do to get along in this world. They don't know that there is no greater goal than to love and to be loved. They're full of worry now because they see that there's an ending coming. Their death. But there's this blissful love here. And, so they're receiving an ending. They're receiving an ending, but they know that this mature woman and this privileged lady, this star, this Queen of Wands, she's going to get this blissful love. They know it. They wanted to steal it. So their dreams are shattered. They are the ones who have shattered dreams. They're going to become homeless. They're dreaming, they're remembering about this high honor. It could be this wealthy man had a status of high honor at some point. Maybe he still does, but that's going to change. Yep, he's gonna be let go, or he's gonna have to let go. That's the second let go card we have. So either he's getting fired, he's losing his status, the friends are all leaving, and it could be that not only is the mature woman, her energy and her divine inheritance is not going to work for him, but it could be that he loses his job. He gets let go, and he has to let go. There's a third party here. Okay, we'll do one more pass. Queen of Wands. Wealthy man, giving it time. He's moving very quickly. He wants this Queen of Wands in a state of lack. He wants her grieving. He wants her in a position where she can't even protest. And it's because he feels empty. He feels empty. He wants to take her vitality. He wants to take her vitality because he feels empty. And he wants to do that by courting her, by offering her a marriage, by engaging her, by courting her, by getting her into this contract. If he gets her into this contract, then he effectively owns her abundance, her divine inheritance, her sudden wealth. He's very flighty. You'll never know what he's going to do next. It's going to cause you anxiety. He won't meet your emotional needs. You're always going to be picking up the pieces when things fall apart. And he's very childish. You're going to be the only adult in the room if you hook up with this guy. Doesn't matter whether he's wealthy or not. Especially if he's getting his wealth in this manner, that doesn't take a whole lot of personal development to become a thief. No matter even if you're like the king thief, you're still a thief. So in the subconscious, there's this commitment that's going to bring about bad luck. You won't have any control. It's gonna change everything. It's gonna change everything. I mean, yeah, you'll gain experience. You could look at it as life training, you know. But they're here to try to gain their freedom, and that's it. It doesn't. They need this divine contract because they're in a hole. You know, they're in this materialistic, you know, disconnected. You know, there's no love. It's just they're trapped in this lower vibrational situational predicament, and they want to make you weak so that they can take this inheritance from you. So if they get you in a marriage, if they get you committed in this commitment, yeah, they can rule that roost and totally mess up the energy of that house. So the forgiving is here. They may have done something to which they say, I didn't mean to hurt you, but you're holding on to it, you know. I mean, they could have done something to hurt you, and now it could have hurt you, and it could have caused you to be ill. You know, you don't want to be ill. It could have caused you to be weak. It could have hurt you. And now they're saying, but you're holding on to it. You know, you just need to forgive and forget. So the thing is that this relationship is bad luck. It's not going to get better. So this Queen of Wands is a star. She's also a privileged lady in hiding. Like nobody knows. Darn it. I swear. In these kinds of relationships, you know, they'll do things like they'll leave and you'll swear they're going to come back and then they don't show up for 5 days or whatever, you know, and they never call or nothing. And it gets you in a state where you're mentally ill, you're sad, you're suffering, you don't know why they're ignoring you like this or treating you like this. And they're like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, but you're holding on to it. So they start right away messing with your head. That's what this is going to bring. They're a closet narcissist. They're going to mess up your head. They know it. So you're the star, you're the privileged lady. In reverse, they don't want anybody to know you're the privileged lady. You're a fire sign. They want you to be going through withdrawals. They're not taking the high road. They're coming up hard and heavy on you. They're going to lowball you. They want to interrupt your awakening. They've got a strategy going. They're not going to surrender their desire to control this woman. They're not going to surrender their desire to control this woman. They're coming hard and heavy. So they could come in and say, like, you're the one. It can take many tries to find the right one. Take a break when you need to and don't give up. They could be saying, hey, you know, you're my last flame or whatever. Don't get caught up in the blind spots. You know, don't get caught up in the whirlwind. They're a closet narcissist. They're going to come in. They're going to love bomb you. This is going to move really quickly. You won't be able to see what's really going on. They're going to get you in a blind spot and they're going to mess you up in the head. And They're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. They're pretending that it's not ending. Their cycle is ending. Their cycle of abundance and wealth is ending, but they don't want it to end. Okay, they want to latch on to this Queen of Wands, to this star, to this privileged lady, because they don't want their cycle to end. They want this wealth still. They want this abundance. They want to continue on with this. They didn't deserve it. They didn't earn it, but she did. It's here. They know it's here. So they planting themselves right in her energy to make that to take that away from her. They want to put her in a state of fear. They want to mess her up in the head. They want her not to be able to trust her intuition. They want to cause a conflict in her mind. They're secretly hiding this is what they actually like. And they want to cause an accident for her. They want her to take a vacation. They're using a courtship as an excuse to do a vacation or something, but they want to cause an accident. Once they're spiritually courted to her, they want to cause an accident so that she suffers a loss and that they can step right into this sudden wealth. Damn it! Are you serious? Just stay out there. Sorry for all the interruptions. He's a busy boy. Anyway, he wants her to take a loss. He wants to set her up with this accident. Let's go travel. He wants her struggling. He wants her to feel like she's not being supported, like it's not a team effort, like she's all alone, like she's the solo tree out there all alone, and the wind and everything is coming and knocking her over. That's the state he wants her in. He's fierce. He's acting very aggressively toward her, and he's messing with her head. He wants to cause this accident while he wants this courtship so that he can, in the spirit, get courted to her, get this contract, for a marriage. But he's going to cause an accident, and then he'll never actually have to go through the 3D marriage and make her his sweetheart. He'll never even have to go on the first date night. He's not honest. He's very disciplined in his deception. He wants to cause an emotional loss for her. He wants her to feel empty, and he wants her to have all of these repressed emotions. He wants her creativity blocked. He wants to steal all of her joy, all of her courage, all of her independence, everything that all of her hope, all of her good fortune, everything all of her creativity, everything that has brought her this abundance. He wants to steal it from her. He wants her sick. He wants her in an accident. He wants to hurt her. He wants to bind her in the spirit. Don't sign any contracts in the spirit, ladies. Okay? You don't even know what your divine inheritance is yet. Don't let them come in and take it by having sex with you, by courting to your sacral chakra, by connecting to you, they'll own your contract. They're hiding it. They're not being honest with you in the other realm. Dream lover. You're right. No thanks, man. No thanks. And they're doing all of this because their empire is crumbling. What they have built is falling apart. They have to have her divine contract in order to rebuild their own failing empire. So they're causing a lot of illusions. This closet narcissist is causing a lot of illusions, for his lover, or he's failing to make her his lover. Maybe that's his intention, but maybe, spirit steps in and says, no, no. There's not gonna, you will not cause an ending for this divine female. There's gonna be a divorce. Okay, so spirit's stepping in and saying no. this contract's not gonna fly. Even if it happens in the spirit, even if you're in the dream state and you don't remember your dreams, but somebody tries to latch on to you, it looks to me like spirit's going to be like, no, no, big ass failure. Okay. So now they're grieving because it didn't work out the way they imagined. They're feeling the loss. They were trying to connect, but love eluded them. Rocky. It has been a rough road. They need to decide whether it's worth it to keep going. So a light has been shown on this subject. They have to move on. They cannot have a pregnancy with this mature woman. They're denied. Their self-esteem is taking a hit. She's not going to work for them. Or it could be that the friends have decided that they're not going to work for him. He has to move on, this person. He feels crushed. He's hurting emotionally. And he's been doing things on the dark side, you know. The dark side keeps him from enjoying the love that he has. So it stole the joy. You know, he was using the dark side to try to gain joy, to try to gain this abundance. But it says right here, don't let it steal your joy. But that's exactly what it did. So they got a lost opportunity. They missed their chance. They made bad investments. They're not having sweet dreams. They have to let go. They are not the main male. They won't accept the blame for their own actions. They think it's funny that what they do to people to gain. They don't realize that there's no greater goal than to love. They're starting to worry now because there's an ending coming for them. There's death. And they see that this mature woman, this Queen of Wands, the star, she has a blissful love coming in for her. Hard. Things are just difficult now. You need space to sort out your feelings, to know what to do. So yeah, you got blissful love coming to you, Divine Femme. And this has been difficult. It will be difficult if it hasn't happened yet. Um, it's always difficult when people target you, you know, and you have to, especially if you're not aware of it and you just kind of stumble onto it, and you know the battle's half over by the time you realize you're even in a fight. So this person, this masculine, he's going to be experiencing shattered dreams. He will become homeless, you know, and he will be reminiscing about sexual chemistry. He will be dreaming about it most likely as he's sleeping in his tent or whatever, because he's going to be experiencing this change. All right. All right. He has to let go. He has to let go of the high honor status that he once held, because this now belongs to you. Divine Femme. Tangled. Tangled. Unable to free yourself from a sticky situation, taking a step back helps you see clearly. Whatever this wealthy man did, this mature man, in this whole thing that he thought was really funny, you know, he's tangled himself up so badly in the methods that he utilizes to ensnare and dominate and possess these divine contracts, he can't get out of it. He has to let go, and you know, and unfortunately he's losing his high honor status. He's gonna become homeless. He's got shattered dreams. He thought he thought you were just another conquest. He thought you were just another conquest. You know, he wanted to drag you down a bunch of rabbit holes, crazy drama. He wanted you broken. You know, the promises that they made in the dark, they wanted to break your heart. They wanted to break your spirit. They want you tired. They want you emotionally exhausted. And they want your life to be in ruins. They want you to have a long way to go. But you're already there. It's right here. It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. And before it reaches you, they're sitting here trying very, very hard to bind you into this situation where they can eliminate you and enjoy your freaking destiny. But it's not going to work. They're not telling the whole story. They've been playing at love. They've never been serious about it. They've always been tempted and gone astray. They've burned a lot of people. They have really used a lot of people and set them adrift, like stolen their livelihoods and just put them out there without their divine contracts. Like they're just flying. Like, you know, everybody has their own path, their own destiny, their own. But there's these people out there that got shit ass destinies, and they want to swap. So they go out there and they bind themselves to somebody in the spirit, and then they cause an accident for that somebody in the 3D, and then they're already bound to that destiny in the spirit. They are misusing the gifts and talents that are supposed to be used to help others, to enrich themselves. But they're leaving. You've taken it as far as it can go this time. They weren't paying attention to what was important. And it could be that now they feel lost because they've been found guilty and they have to face it. They may have to go away. They may have to be alone. You know, they want out. They want an exit plan. It's like someone wants out, but they aren't making a move yet. It says be prepared for sudden changes, but they're tangled. They're tangled in this web. They're unable to free themselves from a sticky situation. They came up against a person of high honor, and it didn't work out the way they thought it was going to work out this time. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next one.